What's up, my people? Hope you all are doing well and okay. I've been meaning to make some videos, just talking to you lot, but I just don't know where to begin, so I haven't been making them. But here it goes. I'm gonna tell you some of the things I have learned over my fast. So I'm on day 20 now, and I think 20 days has really reshaped and changed the way I think, the way I look at things, the way I process things. And I'm gonna share some of the things that I have kind of answered to myself really over the past 20 days of this water fast. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I stream every day in the evening UK time, and I update how my day has been and how my life is going basically. So yeah, look, the first and most important thing that I have learned over the last 20 days is your brain is the weakest and strongest thing that you have. Your brain is capable of reshaping, and not reshaping physically, but rhetorically, it is able to change itself. Long as you keep consistent in telling yourself positive things, keep telling yourself things that you want to achieve and do, and your brain will start behaving, acting the way you actually want it to function. Giving in and being weak, feeling the urge to indulge in things or take something or do something is all a sign of weak mentality. That is all it is. It is a sign of weak mentality, a weak mindset. And over the course of the 20 days, I've had days where I felt like I'm at breaking point. I've had days where I felt like this is it for me, I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. But I think at day 20 now, I've just been to the gym at 7 a.m. What is it, 11 a.m. now, whatever it is. I feel the strongest I have felt in a long time, and that is mentally. Telling yourself consistently that you are going to finish something. Be a doer. Do it. No matter how much the world tells you you can't do something, you tell yourself you can. You were not born the best at anything. You were not born the smartest at anything. But you become that over the course of your life, long as you stay consistent. And consistency and discipline is the most painful, the most agonizing, the most miserable thing in any discipline in life, in anything. If you stay consistent and disciplined, you will have to make sacrifices, and those sacrifices will affect you. But you have to understand the greater reason why you're making sacrifices. You have to live and die by the consistency and discipline of telling yourself what is the right thing to do for you. Another thing I have learned, a major thing, is being self-reliant is major key. Major key. Many years, I'm 29 years old, and until 29 years of age, I have done nothing but seek validation from other people. Substances or clothing or materialistic thing or people, and I have finally realized I don't need validation from anyone. God is your witness and God is the judge. You need to prove to no one other than the person in the mirror that you are a doer. Information is infinite, execution is expensive. Something that I have thought, I don't know if this is a saying already, but it just come to my head. Especially us men, we spend so many hours of the day, hours of the week, spending time consuming information because it's infinite and it's free. But how often do you execute? How often are you a doer? And I remember a mentor of mine once had told me when I was younger, I used to be a youth support worker. And he had told me, that he sees in me, I'm a doer. And I'll never forget that. Be a doer, that's how you separate the best from the rest. Learn to have, self-control, self-love, self-understanding, and you will grow. You have to become a magnet to things that you believe in, and positive things, positive thoughts. The more positive you are, the more you will attract, and positive things will come to you. Everything is temporary. Money, relationships, friendships, assets, materials, everything, even your health, everything is temporary. But your mindset is forever. Is forever. And that is something that you gotta look after. I have tried to, on numerous occasions, tried to harm myself, thought about taking my own life. And what I have learned through the process is I wasn't grateful to God for the fact that I have all my limbs. I have, thank God, no injuries. I can speak, I can see, I have all of my senses. And yet that was so disrespectful to yourself. You have to learn to respect yourself. You have to learn the reason why you're here is because God wanted you to be here. Anything you want in life, anything you can achieve, you will simply manifest your way through life long as you stick to the plan, your vision, and you stay consistent. That's the most important thing. Last night I slept 2.5 hours. I still went to the gym at 7:30 a.m. with a brother who wanted me to train him. I'm going to have a nap, do a YouTube show. I'm going to go to the gym again. I trained with the brother at 7:30 a.m. I'm going to train again at 6 p.m. Discipline is not supposed to be comfortable. Consistency is not supposed to be comfortable. It is not supposed to be enjoyable. But it is going to install this mindset that is almost bulletproof. And that's where you got to be. That's one of the main things I have learned. Be a doer, be a doer. Set your mind to something, learn something, and execute it in your life. And that's how you will grow. I remember a saying, he who angers you controls you. I think Shakespeare had said it. And I have had, a very traumatic childhood, abusive childhood. I've seen a lot of mad stuff in my childhood, and it has reflected on my behavior for many years of my life. And now what I have realized and learned is I have to reshape and rewire my brain. Accept what has happened to me does not define me and does not define my future. I have to learn to forgive people. I have to learn to forgive myself, and I have to learn to love myself enough to be better. Many of you who may watch this will feel what I'm saying. You might have been in a tough situation. You might feel like you're in a tough situation, but you have to be grateful for what you have today. Because every day I tell myself there is someone who is suffering even more than I am today. There is someone who is going through more traumatic situations than I am feeling or I have felt. The more you are grateful, the more you are thankful, the more you'll be blessed. We get monetary things, we get materialistic things, and we start to forget how we got there. It becomes almost second nature. You get your monthly salary, and it becomes a monthly thing that you get, and you treat yourself and X, Y, and Z. But how often are you thankful for what you have? The fact that you have clean water, the fact that you have your limbs, you have a roof. Learn to be thankful. There's more to life than what you are experiencing. And I promise you, you know, learn to recognize people for who they are. If they are good people, be kind. If they are not good people, still be kind. Be considerate. Be as considerate as you can ever be. You know, someone does you harm, forgive them, pray for them, move on. You know, learn to make amends. Because if God can forgive, if we go to God for forgiveness, then surely a human can also forgive. So learn to forgive. It is very important. Learn to accept. Learn to be considerate and kind, no matter what someone has done to you, you know. And I hope some of you who watch this video comment and share your stories, your situations. And I'm always here to share mine. You know, I do that on my streams every night. I share my experiences, my stories. And I'm starting to find a reasoning behind why I want to do what I want to do. You know, it's you know, it's almost cathartic, because we don't talk enough as men. You know, we suffer in silence all the time. I promise you, you have not unlocked your full potential. You know, and the gym has been my therapy bigger than anything, you know, because the gym is the #1 place where you will actually see results. And the gym almost it should be the definition of consistency and discipline, because you may not see it on day 1, you may not see it on day 2, you may not see it in day 3, but I promise you, one day you will look back and you think, wow, I have really changed. And it's the same thing when it comes to your life and your job and your career and anything you want to do. You stay consistent and disciplined, you look back one day and you think, damn, I really came far. So yeah, I'll be doing some more of these talks on different stuff. So if you enjoyed the video, I hope you liked it enough to drop a like, and you enjoyed it enough to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Take it easy, people.